What steps do you follow when creating a character?
Well, I do look, I mean, like a main character, I do try to find a kind of an avatar for myself in a main character.
Okay.
You know, if you look at, I've been able to make three TV series: Hey Arnold, Dinosaur Train, and Ready Jet Go. Hey Arnold's about a kid who is supposed to be a kind of a Charlie Brown like everyman, but I found that it really helped me when I created him to have him reflect the way I felt about childhood.
Yeah.
So I looked for him to become an avatar for me, where I could put words in his mouth or about the way I kind of things I wished I'd have said when I was a kid. You know what I mean? So much more, we have so much more control over the fates of these made up characters than our own messy real life. That it was really, it gave me a lot of, it really helped me help me get up and come in every day and work on it, knowing that I had this sort of avatar for my own feelings about life. Then I got to make Dinosaur Train after that, which was really based on an idea that I got when my own son was 3, and I watched him playing with dinosaurs and putting them on trains and saying, I could hear him in his play, like, now the dinosaur family go on the train. And I was like, damn, man, that's a great show. So, but Dinosaur Train is about a nest full of pteranodons, which are, you know, like pterodactyls. They're like those big green, like long, crazy, pointy, you know, hatchet-faced, you know, dinosaur birds that you know, they lived in nests and laid eggs. And in the opening title sequence, you see the eggs hatch, and it's three little pteranodons and one T-Rex, and they're green and he's orange. And his egg cracks open. He goes, "What am I doing in a pteranodon nest?" And so that was my character, Buddy the T-Rex, the little kid T-Rex who's going to someday be too big to fit in the nest, and will be this giant, you know, monster of a T-Rex. And, you know, the thing I loved about the Buddy character was that he, just like Arnold, he was always in the middle of everything. He was super optimistic, and you kind of couldn't get him down. And he was like an even more cheerful version of Arnold. And so once again, I had a kind of an avatar. This Buddy character could represent my feelings about being a little brother to, I had a couple older sisters when I was little, and we'd go on car trips. And I said, it'll be just like that, except it'll be 3 older, you know, sibs and the me character going on adventures. And so once again, I really realized that, man, here's another kind of Arnold-y character. And then the third series that I got to make is Ready Jet Go, which was also for PBS and about space and astronomy curriculum. And Jet is an alien kid who the family are intergalactic travel writers who landed on Earth, and their rocket ship turned into a suburban house that blended in with the other houses on the block. And by some kind of weird twist, nobody seems to even notice except one neighbor kid who's like, "Hey, what's with the new house?" You know. And the character of Jet, totally enthusiastic. You can't get him down. He's ready for anything. He basically is an avatar for what I wish I was like as a kid. You know, when I think about Jet and his like unflagging enthusiasm for things and his willingness to believe in anything and kind of be friends with anyone, I was like, yeah, Jet's even kind of closer to my true avatar than even Arnold or Buddy. But I think that's what I'm doing. I'm always trying to make a character who will I can invest in. Like these are things that I believe. How can I have a character kind of act that stuff out? So the rest of them, I mean, I always start from there, and then the rest of the characters, you know, just what else do your stories need?
Yeah. Would you say that even not just the main character, but even side characters, would you always put a little bit of yourself in each character?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, I'm kind of like, there's a sort of a kind of an overall philosophy of how you see the world that I think just you try to put into all the characters and into the setting and the situation. And I would say too, from my point of view, and probably anybody else who's had the chance to make animation for TV, the thing that we love about being animators and about creating these shows is that it really is truly world building in a way that if you want, let's say I want to make a live action cop show set in Brooklyn, and I'm like, it'll be like this and this and this. You still kind of got like the real Brooklyn, and you got real cops, and you got like the way people are and the way they look and the sounds that you hear. You expect it to sound like, you know, like Brooklyn, or like a cop station, or like a car's got to sound like a car. We're in a world where, yeah, I mean, Arnold's world was very urban, and it's meant to evoke what it's like to be in a city, but we're making that stuff up from scratch, man. We created a town that reminded me of Seattle and Portland and Brooklyn, and it kind of mashed them together. And when I would go to the sound guys and talk about the world we were trying to create, I'd say, I want those kind of backgrounds, like Arnold wakes up and he hears car buys, you know, and we had a thing called a scooter by, like, you know, like a little scooter would go by. That wakes him up at the end of. We thought that would be so cool if Arnold woke up to a scooter by. Next time you watch the Jungle movie, when he wakes up at the end, a scooter goes by and Arnold's eyes pop open. And I was like, that would be great, because it's like, oh, Arnold wakes up, he's back on Vine Street where he lives in his town. And so I really love that about animation. We get to make something up that has never been, and it might remind you of something, but it's completely for us to invent the whole world. And so we're super lucky